Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Sabir Shakir to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Sabir Shakir's words. A lot of debate is happening around the recently presented federal budget. No one's willing to take ownership of it. At this moment, as you know, there are two types of rulers: de jure, which means legal, constitutional rulers, and de facto, those who exercise power without constitutional legitimacy. Right now, there are no de jure rulers in Pakistan. The de jure rulers, the public who voted in the February 8, 2024 elections, have had their rights snatched. The people had entrusted responsibilities to their elected representatives, but a hijacked system has been imposed, with public rights and democratic principles being usurped. Those in control are de facto rulers, illegitimate occupiers. In political science, this term is used for those who hold power without legal or constitutional backing. This entire current setup is controlled by de facto rulers, from the Field Marshal to Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif to President Zardari to the Chief Justice Yahya Afridi and Islamabad High Court Chief Justice Sarfraz Doga. All are de facto office holders. The new budget provides no relief to the common people. According to the finance minister, the economy has stabilized and the world is impressed by Pakistan's growth rate. Yet on the same day, he also says that everything is being run on loans and that any relief will depend on international financial support. In reality, it's a debt-driven economy. Foreign reserves are loan-based. The budget is being made from borrowed funds, and a major chunk, 8.25 trillion Pakistani rupees, will go toward interest payments alone. Despite such massive debt, over 80 trillion rupees in just 3 years, every Pakistani now owes over 300,000 rupees. Who benefits from the budget? The elite, industrialists, businessmen, political aristocracy continue to benefit. Meanwhile, the poor suffer, whether it's a soldier on the border, a clerk in an office, or an honest political worker. Journalists who work with integrity are struggling, while corrupt ones are thriving. Hypocrisy is rampant among politicians, judges, and even within the military establishment. Journalist Samina Pasha rightly pointed out that military officers have received a 50% pay raise, while soldiers got only 20%. Officers already had high salaries. Pay raises should favour those who actually live on their salaries, especially frontline soldiers and lower-ranking civil servants, not those already enjoying perks like government houses, fuel, free utilities and luxury. Chairman Senate and the Speaker's salaries increased from 300,000 rupees to 1.3 million. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif claimed to take notice. But honestly, what sort of notice is this from someone leading a Form 47 fake government? Khawaja Asif also declared in Parliament that his conscience doesn't allow for such salary hikes. But he too is part of the same system that allegedly stole elections, taking the seat of Rehana Imtiaz Dar, mother of Usman Dar. If his conscience is truly awakened, he should return that seat and apologize. People in power make moralistic statements while sleeping soundly at night after grabbing power illegitimately. No one has a problem with high salaries if only those in power took an oath on the Quran not to take anything beyond it. The real issue is corruption, whether it's by journalists, judges, generals or politicians. It's the corrupt practices that loot and destroy the country. The defense budget has been increased by 20%, raising questions about where this money will come from. Since the de facto ruler is considered to be the Field Marshal, a term used here to refer to a senior military figure, likely COAS General Asim Munir, he is held ultimately responsible for the budget and the government's actions, including any corruption or failure. There are significant developments abroad as well. On June 14th, a large protest is planned in Washington, D.C. by Pakistani diaspora professionals and PTI supporters. Efforts are being made to stop the protest, but preparations are in full swing. There's nervousness among Pakistani authorities as the protest could embarrass the Field Marshal and the current regime. Previously, a similar protest was postponed, but this time the community seems united, including some who were once sympathetic to the military establishment. Attempts are being made to convince Imran Khan to back off, but he is reportedly not willing to trust again after his earlier unconditional support for national causes, like during India-Pakistan tensions, was met with harsh treatment afterward, including solitary confinement and poor prison conditions. The international media also now acknowledges that the real power lies with Pakistan's military, not the civilian setup. This damages Pakistan's global standing and increases scrutiny. Even Interim Chief Justice Sarfraz Dogar says that justice should be delivered according to law, but questions arise about his own appointment and whether he is fulfilling his responsibilities legally and impartially. Veteran politician Javed Hashmi commented that Field Marshal Asim Munir is trying to win favour from global powers at the right time. He suggests the United States is ready to reward him with an extension, but he warns, if the public wakes up, everything could collapse. The people have tolerated a lot, but their patience could eventually run out, and that would be dangerous for those in power. The Pakistan People's Party, or PPP, has, publicly rejected the 18% tax on solar panels. But at the same time it remains a part of the government, both at the federal level and in Punjab, without whose votes, honestly, this budget couldn't have been passed. They criticise the budget, yet they support it as well, and, well, this really exposes their double standards. As for the Punjab budget, let me just explain it to you in simple terms. In Punjab's budget, the only public places left without the picture of the so-called TikToker government are, believe it or not, the public toilets. Only those public toilets remain where their picture hasn't yet been put up, and they haven't taken credit for them yet, claiming, "We built this too," or "This is also one of our achievements." Otherwise, every other place has their name or their father's name associated with it. The only spaces left are the public toilets at motorways, GT Road, and in various cities where, one pays 20, 50 or 100 rupees for using the facility. These are the only places where their photos haven't appeared. Everywhere else, the fake government's images are plastered. That's the situation. That's the reality. That's the scene. I really don't think things can get any more absurd than this. Now, moving on to the next piece of news, this one is actually very important. The ambassadors of the United States, United Kingdom and Saudi Arabia have become quite active in Islamabad. Their meetings have increased noticeably. They're holding meetings with the leadership of the PPP and especially with the PMLN. The US Charge d'Affaires has met Mariam Nawaz. The American Consul General has also held meetings, and there are meetings happening with Ishaq Dar as well. The acting foreign minister has also met with the US Charge d'Affaires. Alongside this, the British High Commissioner in Islamabad is also active and meeting political leaders. These meetings are entirely focused on Pakistan's latest political situation. There's really no bilateral agenda here. The discussions are all about the political developments and what's to come. The results of these meetings will be revealed in the coming days. Another piece of news, this budget has, caused a lot of distress. And now, to release public anger, they're planning to sacrifice a big wicket. Basically a scapegoat. But let me tell you, it's just a drama. If you're not revising the budget and plan to pass it as is, then sacrificing someone honestly won't change anything. A new Minister of State for Finance has been immediately appointed, Bilal Azhar Kayani. This is a signal that the current Finance Minister, Aurangzeb Sahib, is being sidelined, much like Miftah Ismail was replaced by Ishaq Dar. Aurangzeb was mainly brought in to deal with the IMF, World Bank, ADB and other international financial institutions. Now that these deals are done, the excuse is being made that the media is unhappy with him and that journalists have boycotted him. Hence, Bilal Azhar Kayani has been made the Minister of State for Finance. The next stage will likely see Kayani being promoted, while Aurangzeb is gradually pushed out. There's no longer an urgent need to deal with the IMF. The deal is done and the loans have been approved. Meanwhile, some of our friends are saying we're selling sweet dreams. Let me be clear. We're not. If you think this fake system is powerful and under control, it's not. It's collapsing under its own weight. They're getting stuck deeper and deeper, and it's inevitable that they'll be dismissed. As for Imran Khan, he could have dismantled this entire system in just 2 days, sent the government packing. But he's choosing not to make or take deals. He's playing the long game to ensure that once victory comes, it's comprehensive and permanent. So, no, we're not selling dreams. We're telling you the truth. Sometimes God tests you by giving you a position, and sometimes by taking it away. Often honor comes not with power, but with its loss. That's why you should look at all of this in the right context. This is not a fantasy, this is reality. Study a little, and you'll see for yourself that unjust systems always collapse, and every pharaoh eventually meets a Moses. And this system, too, has its Moses. God has destined his success. As Amanullah Khan rightly says, those behind the events of May 9 will meet the fate of Pharaoh. Whoever was responsible, enormous injustices were committed under the pretext of May 9. The sanctity of our homes and privacy was violated. Pakistan's entire system was shaken to its roots. Our mothers, sisters and daughters were dishonored. The constitution was trampled. The law was ignored. Democracy was murdered. That's the reality. As for the US, some say President Trump is in trouble. No, he isn't. Removing a US president is an extremely long and difficult process. His position is not currently under threat, even if the situation is unstable and his policies are controversial. Anyway, more news will be shared with you in the next vlog. Don't worry, this system is not going to last. To the person who comes in under a fake name, I suggest you come forward under your real name, and then we'll respond to you properly. Lastly, I wish to meet Imran Riaz Khan someday. May God keep him safe. Alhamdulillah, he is perfectly fine, has returned from Hajj, and I have already met with him. That wraps up our translation of Sabir Shakir's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.